Hello everyone out there. My name is Tadge Juechter. I'm the Corvette Chief Engineer. I want to thank everyone at the Petersen Museum for inviting me to join the Car Week festivities. You know, this time of year on the Corvette team is normally where we gather and talk to customers. There are Corvette events all around the world, and we love going out and actually meeting customers face to face and seeing their cars. So I'm really happy to be part of this. Unfortunately, it's done by video, but that's what we can do in these unprecedented times. We love hanging out with car people. We love seeing their cars, not just Corvettes, but all kinds of cars. So it's a real joy to be able to talk to you. It was just a little over a year ago that we took the wraps off the first ever mid-engine Corvette, the 2020 Stingray Coupe. Since that time, we've introduced the first ever Corvette hardtop convertible and the first mid-engine Corvette race car, what we call the C8R. It was developed by the same team that created the street car. We're really integrated between the street and race car programs, more collaboration than we've ever had before. It's almost like one big family that does both of those cars. Speaking of the C8R, we just recently celebrated the first victory for the new car, taking the checkered flag at the WeatherTech 240 at Daytona. We also went 1-2 at the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Championship, Cadillac Grand Prix of Sebring, as teammates Oliver Gavin and Tommy Miller took the GT Le Mans victory. A huge deal for those guys. It was great to see them on the top of the podium. The team now has 101 wins in IMSA and 109 in program history, and finished 1-2 for the 61st time. Gavin won for the 7th time at Sebring, and Milner took his 3rd victory at the circuit. We hope there are many more checkered flags to come, and we are confident that will happen. We've literally built thousands of Corvette coupes, 2020 coupes, since we started production in February, even though we did have to take a pretty substantial break for a few months for the COVID pandemic. Our first priority, of course, was the safety of our team members at the Bowling Green assembly plant. But now we're back up and running, and we're running full steam ahead. We want to build as many cars as we can for the customers that have been waiting for many, many years. A few things I want to note before we look into the future. In May, we announced, due to overwhelming demand for the 2020 Corvette, we would extend the model year through this fall towards the end of the year to build as many customer orders as possible. We couldn't help that we had to shut the plant down for the pandemic, but we can try to fulfill as many orders as possible, and for that reason, we extended the model year essentially as long as we could. We just recently began producing the Corvette convertible, a whole new kind of car for us. A folding hardtop convertible has all the best attributes of both the coupe and one-button open-air driving. It's a fantastic car. There's one right behind me. I've been driving and enjoying it this summer. We recently opened orders for the 2021 model year. And so that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about what's new for 2021. It would have been easy for us to just sort of rest on our laurels with the car being all new for 2020. But on Corvette, we try to do something new every year and have something to talk about. So let me tell you a little bit about what we have. Probably the biggest change we made for 2021 is that we're making the magnetic selective ride system that previously could only be gotten with the Z51 package. Now you can have that on every Corvette. It's almost a magic shock absorber system that combines the best of roadworthiness and compliant plush ride. Now people who don't need all the content that's in a Z51, which is quite a lot of content, if you just want that adjustable suspension, you can get that on the standard car. We're also adding standard wireless phone projection for both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This means you no longer have to tether your phone with that wire to access the functions through the infotainment screen. And speaking of the infotainment screen, a lot of people have been interested in exactly what you control when you change the modes in the car. We've put up a screen that comes up automatically and shows you exactly what you're changing, whether it's steering or brakes or transmission shift points or exhaust, all the things that change when you change the mode. It pops up and it shows you exactly the before and after condition of what you're doing to the car when you change the mode. We're expanding our color offerings. We're taking advantage actually of the fact that we have 12 colors. First time in this 8th generation we've had 12 colors available. We're replacing blade silver with a silver flare metallic, it's called. It's a color that has what the design folks call a lot of travel. So the difference between the bright sections and the dimmer sections, depending on the way light reflects off of it, is greater than a traditional silver. And what that does is it gives the car a liquid metal look that really accentuates the lines of the car. Red Mist Metallic Tin Coat is one of my favorite colors that I've seen years. Photos don't do it justice. It's not like our torch red, but it's a brightish red tint coat, so it looks really rich, but it has a fire that comes through that tint coat that's unlike any paint color we've done in recent memory. For those of you who are race fans, you know what red mist means. That means excitement. Excitement on the track, and the red mist metallic color will have a lot of that excitement to it. There's also a new interior color. It's a combination we call Strike Yellow and Sky Cool Gray. All our interiors are very striking. The design is very expressive, and so we wanted to give somebody who wants something even a little extra special, that's a unique combination, something that we've never offered before. In addition, we have new stripes, hood stinger stripe, and several new racing stripes. Again, a tribute to our race program. We'll start building 2021 Corvettes at the end of this year after we finish up the 2020s. We'll have essentially no break. We're not going to take another break. We're going to roll right into 2021s to build as many cars as we can. This new 8th generation Corvette brings to life a vision that's been more than 60 years in the making, and we are just getting started. Stay tuned for more. I want to thank everyone at Petersen for allowing me to be here today and wish you all the best for the rest of this car week. Thank you very much.